We have the means to make green hydrogen the fuel source of the future. We can build our world's energy supplies sustainably.
In the time it took me to walk on stage, around 10 seconds, more than 10,000 metric tons of climate warming gases have been pumped into the atmosphere from human actions.
The availability of constant green electricity and hydrogen will have a transformative effect and will stimulate new, innovative industries that we can't even imagine yet.
Hello everyone, I'm Jiawen. First of all, thank you for listening to us. There are 4 members in our group. They are respectively Lin Hao, Ge Hang, and Qi. Today our topic is the world of hydrogen. Let me first introduce you to what is a hydrogen fuel cell. Hydrogen fuel cells are devices that use hydrogen and oxygen to produce electricity. It uses chemical reaction to convert hydrogen and oxygen into electricity and produce no pollutant. Only water and hot as byproducts. Hydrogen fuel is produced by electricity by splitting water. So hydrogen fuel cells are also considered a renewable energy source. Hydrogen fuel cells usually consist of anode, cathode, electric membrane, and gas, different layers. For example, the picture on the left. Hydrogen follows through the anode into electric membrane, while oxygen enters from the cathode. The two react on the electron membrane to produce electrons and ions, which are converted into electricity. This electricity can be used for everything from powering electric cars to powering homes. Next, my team member Lin Hao will introduce the comparison between traditional fuel cells and internal combustion energies.
Hello everyone, my name is Lin Hao Yang. I'm going to talk about hydrogen fuel cells versus traditional fuel cells. First, zero emissions. Hydrogen fuel cells produce only water as a byproduct, making them a zero emissions technology. This is in contrast to fuel cells that use other fuels such as natural gas or methanol, which can produce emissions such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. Second, clean production. Hydrogen can be produced from renewable sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower, which make it a clean and sustainable fuel source. In contrast, the production of other fuels such as natural gas can involve extraction, transportation, and processing that can generate emissions and other environmental impacts. Third, waste reduction. Hydrogen fuel cells can also help to reduce waste by using hydrogen that would otherwise be flared and vented as a byproduct of industrial process. This can help to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and other environmental impacts associated with waste disposal. Hydrogen fuel cells are often made from recyclable materials such as platinum, which can help to reduce the environmental impact of their production and disposal. In contrast, other fuel cells may be non-recyclable materials or materials that are difficult to recycle. And then I'm going to talk about environmental advantages of hydrogen. Hydrogen fuel cells offer several environmental advantages over other types of fuel cells, such as those that use natural gas or methanol as their fuel source. First, abundant source. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe and can be found in a wide range of sources, including water, biomass, and even some waste streams. In contrast, the availability of other fuel sources such as natural gas and methanol may be limited, particularly in certain regions. Second, clean production. Hydrogen can be produced from renewable sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower, which make it a clean and sustainable fuel source. In contrast, the production of other fuels such as natural gas can involve extraction, transportation, and processing that can generate emission and other environmental impacts. Third, reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Hydrogen fuel cells can reduce dependence on fossil fuels, which can help to mitigate climate change and other environmental impacts associated with fossil fuels use. In contrast, other fuel cells may still rely on fossil fuels as their primary fuel source. Fourth, the environmental impact. The extraction and the production of natural gas and methane can have negative environmental impacts such as habitat destruction, water pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. Hydrogen production, particularly from renewable sources, can have lower environmental impacts and help to mitigate these issues. Overall, the abundant and sustainable source of hydrogen, as well as its potential for clean production and reduce dependence on fossil fuels, offer several environmental advantages over other types of fuel cells. Additionally, the recyclability of materials used in hydrogen fuel cell can further enhance their environmental benefits. Okay. And then Gehang will take a closer look at the pros and the cons of hydrogen fuel cells. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Gehang Chen. So now I'm going to briefly talk about the advantages and the disadvantages of hydrogen fuel cells. So there are three main advantages of hydrogen fuel cells, as you can see from the left text. So firstly, compared with traditional fossil fuels, hydrogen fuel cells use electrochemical reactions. So only water and heat are produced when providing energy. And the worst thing is, traditional fossil fuels will produce a variety of poisonous and harmful gases and dust, which will cause serious pollution to the climate. And secondly, compared with other conventional batteries, hydrogen fuel cells are a kind of power generation device. Conventional batteries only store electricity, but hydrogen-fueled electromagnetism directly converts chemical energy into the electricity, like a generator, which is much more convenient than traditional ones. And last but not least, the energy conversion rate of hydrogen fuel cells is pretty high, and the rate of hydrogen fuel cells is only more than 30%, while the energy conversion rate of hydrogen fuel cells has reached an amazing 80%. Using fewer resources to get more energy is certainly more cost-effective than hydrogen fuel cells. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some disadvantages of hydrogen fuel cells. So the first one is safety. Although hydrogen is favored by public as a new energy in the future, its safety is quite a concern by lots of people. Despite various studies showing that hydrogen is safer than gasoline. However, due to its instability, many people still think that hydrogen container is like a mini hydrogen bomb. So the acceptance of hydrogen fuel is still quite low. And secondly, lack of source. Because the Earth's air does not contain a lot of the hydrogen. Although hydrogen can be obtained through electrolysis of water, consuming electric energy to produce hydrogen is not a very economic way at present. Of course, if the industry scales up, the costs will naturally come down, but still, there is a long way to go. And the third point is the scarcity of platinum. To know how in the process of hydrogen fuel power generation is the need for a very precious mineral, that is platinum. If the future development of hydrogen fuel cells goes well, the platinum is certainly in a state of shortage. And the last but not least point is high technical threshold. Take China for example. China's economy has evolved rapidly in recent years, but many high-tech industries are still very weak. The hydrogen fuel cells, on the other hand, requires a lot of investment, so China and other high-tech countries have not made any substantial progress in the field of hydrogen fuel cells and need a lot of investment to reap benefits. So that's the end of my part. For the education part, my colleague Qi will elaborate in the following section.
Hey guys, I'm Qi Cui. Now I'm going to talk about the importance of hydrogen energy education and its future outlook. Hydrogen energy has emerged as a key sustainable and clean energy source with growing interest and investment in recent years. Education is essential in promoting the development, adoption, and understanding of hydrogen energy technologies. Here is a more comprehensive overview of hydrogen energy education and its future outlook. Basic education, integrating hydrogen energy concept into premium and secondary education can help students understand the importance of clean energy, the science behind hydrogen energy, its production method, and its environmental benefit. This early exposure will foster a generation that is more environmental conscious and appreciative of renewable energy sources. Higher education universities and research institutions can develop degrees program and courses dedicated to hydrogen energy, including topics such as material science, electronic chemistry, hydrogen production method, fuel cell technology, and system integration. This program will cultivate professionals who are knowledgeable in hydrogen energy and capable of contributing to its development and deployment. Vocational training. Specialized training program can be designed to equip technician, engineer, and other professionals with the necessary skills and expertise to work in the hydrogen energy industry. This program may cover topics such as hydrogen production process, safety protocols, and equipment operation and maintenance. Interdisciplinary education, integrating hydrogen energy education into other disciplines, such as business, policy, and environmental science, will help create a more holistic understanding of the challenges and opportunities related to hydrogen energy development. Public awareness and outreach. Raising public awareness through workshops, seminars, and media is crucial for fostering public support and understanding of hydrogen energy. This includes addressing misconception and highlighting the benefits and potential application of hydrogen energy. Technology advancement. Innovation in hydrogen energy technologies such as higher efficiency fuel cells, more cost-effective production method, advanced storage solutions, and improved safety measures will pave the way for more widespread adoption of hydrogen energy. Policy support. Governments worldwide are expected to offer increased policy support and incentive for hydrogen energy development, including research funding, infrastructure investment, and regulatory framework that facilitate the growth of the hydrogen energy industry. Infrastructure development. A robust network of hydrogen refueling stations, storage facilities, and distribution system will be essential for supporting the widespread use of hydrogen energy in transportation and other sectors. Expanding applications. Hydrogen energy is anticipated to play an increasingly significant role in various sectors, such as transportation, including public transit, heavy-duty vehicle, and shipping. Power generation, including grid-scale and distributed generation, and industrial process such as steel making and chemical production. International collaboration, global collaboration in research, development, and deployment of hydrogen energy technologies will be vital for addressing shared challenges and advancing the hydrogen energy industry. By investing in hydrogen energy education and fostering a supportive environment for innovation and growth, we can accelerate the transition towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy future. Thanks for watching.
So while this group may not be particularly excited about their future or enthusiastic about their future, given what they're looking at, they're actually less stressed about it with more education. And they feel more call to action with more education. And that call to action is what's ultimately going to propel the changes that we need. In the UK, Europe, students are leaving class and going to the streets to protest. They are calling upon their governments to do more about climate and climate change.